everybody, it's FennéCat, or Anna, whatever you prefer, I don't care. But, so I wanted to do a Q&A video about just random stuff that anybody wanted to ask. So I sent out a little post on my Instagram for people to send in some questions, and I picked out the ones that were either most frequent or just the ones I really wanted to answer. I hope you can hear me okay inside the suit. I don't normally talk in suits, so... See, I had them all on my phone, but I'm gonna have to remove a paw to add some background. Okay, let's see. First question by Flaming Falcon Suits. Where did you get / how did you make FennéCat's braid? It's one of my favorite things about the suit. I made it myself, and it's actually made out of fleece. It's made out of fleece, and it has fur at the bottom. So yeah, I made it myself. Fursuit crush. Probably Bilo Forca's suit. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right, but you know, Sophia the Lioness, obviously. Okay. Oh, that question was by RetroBeast.t. I'm not very good at mentioning names. Okay, next question. Monster.mutt asks, I've been wanting a slim bodysuit of my own, but I'm worried about the movement being too difficult and it being suffocatingly hot. I've had a fursuit that was way too small in the past, and I couldn't even sit down. Compared to your previous suits, which do you prefer, and how does the new slim one hold up? Well, I think this is the best bodysuit I've ever made, of FennéCat specifically, just because I took a lot more time making sure that when I was wearing it, the test for the size, I'd constantly be moving around and sitting up and everything just to make sure that I was actually, still able to move once it was completed. I don't have as much practice on bodysuits as I'd like, but I'm trying to do them a little more so I can have them more for pre-mades and custom orders and whatnot. But I do prefer this one most, but I plan to redo it anyway, just because. After having made so many fursuits with years of practice, what do you think is the most difficult thing to make and why? It's not really anything specific, it's just the practicality of a suit. Making sure that you have enough space to breathe, making sure the vision's good. You can make the prettiest looking suit ever, but if you can't see where the heck you're going, you're not going to be able to wear it. And I always feel like the practicality portions is the hardest thing to do. Especially when you're trying to balance it with it looking nice on the outside. How do you store all of your... I'm not even mentioning the names, am I? That was by Greasy Roadkill. Greasy.roadkill. Lexi_creations with a K. How do you store all your fursuits and fur? Bins. Or right behind this camera, there's just a big box of fur. Cordy_dreams. Hello. Hi. What inspired you to make FennéCat look as she does? To me, she looks pretty awesome. I love your work. Thank you. I got this question a lot, just basic, what inspired you to make FennéCat and why does she look this way? But this one was first, so I'm just gonna use this one. Well, when I first originally started making a persona, I didn't know what species to go by. I think it was I went with Arctic Fox at first, and then it changed to Bobcat, then it mixed together. And I just really liked the nice blonde yellow color. I don't like unnatural colors on pretty much any of my characters. And if they have something that seems unnatural, I have a weird way to justify it being unnatural. But yeah, I just wanted a nice, pretty light color, but I didn't want it to be all white. And at the time, I thought fennec foxes and cats were basically the best animals to describe me. And she has a horn just because. That's why. Yeah. As for why she's the way she is, she has a whole story and everything, but I'll have to get to that later. Let's see. That was, let's see, where does it go? Okay. Small Bean Creations PT asks, what / who inspired you to start making suits? It wasn't I wanted to make suits when I first saw one. It wasn't anybody specifically that made me want to make one, but I really picked up on it when I started following certain makers. But they're pretty much all gone now. The makers I really liked back then dropped off the face of the earth. Some of them just sort of completely left the fandom. K9 the wolf dog was one of them, but they were from Fur Affinity, but their pages have since been disabled. Finnegan Studios, they were found to be kind of, I don't want to say scammy, but just not good. They looked beautiful, but they had some issues. But I really loved how they looked at the time. And, One Eye Doe, that's like the only one that's really still around making suits. They were a big inspiration. And Bela Forca's maker, her husband Basil, I just can't get over that suit. It's still one of my favorites. Let's see. What was next? Sock_the_husky asks, would you ever take on a fursuit commission for a character that has 2 faces / 4 eyes / anything really physically different? Yeah, I'll make anything, pretty much. Rose.bud.petals, what's your favorite part of making a fursuit? The part where it's done. Cosmotic, do you prefer to hand sew or machine sew when working on your fursuits? And what stitches do you usually use? Parentheses, back stitch, running stitch, letter stitch, etc. I love hand sewing a lot more just because it seems like more precise, and I like blanket stitching. But I do run over a lot of my stitches with the machine afterwards, and I'm going to be getting a serger pretty soon for bodies. Voldua, do you do art commissions? If so, how much are they? I do not do art commissions. I mostly draw for fun, but mainly because I don't think anybody's really interested in commissioning my art. I don't know, if you are, let me know, but I don't think I have the time really to do art commissions. So, what is FennéCat? FennéCat is a fennec fox and a cat mixed together. Yeah, blowing minds. She has a horn for no reason. I don't know why, I just like unicorns. I was really getting into My Little Pony at the time, and I wanted a horn really bad. Kato the Fluff asks, will you ever make a full kimono plush suit? I'd love to see that. Yeah, I'd actually really love to make something like that, but I don't have the space to do anything too large at the moment, unfortunately. So, maybe once I move to my new studio, I'll be able to do something like that. That one crazy cat. How many fursuits have you made? I don't know. A lot, I guess. Colorful Cute. How did you get into suit making in the fandom? Well, I found the fandom basically by I was watching Star Fox fan art slideshows on YouTube, and in the suggestions there was one of those furry rave art slideshows, and it kind of just spiraled from there as I found it. Edsworld_lover666. If you were going to commission a suit from someone, who would the maker be and why? I would probably never commission a suit from someone. I hardly like owning my own. They take up a lot of space. But, my cat is pushing on the door. But they take up a lot of space, and I don't really have an interest in owning more. But I guess One Eye Doe, because that's the only maker who really still makes suits on commission that I really like. So that would probably be about it. But even then, she doesn't make just heads anymore, so yeah. Tweak_cringe_and_friends. What, if anything, caused your style shift from a very particular large eyes, flat face fursuits to your current, more varied style? It was kind of a mix of two different things. One was just basic improvement, like, I really liked how the eyes looked, but if you actually, like, turned one of my heads, you wouldn't be able to see this, like, the face anymore. It would just be a cheek. Like, it was literally just a cut-off. And it wasn't very good because of that. So I found a way eventually to make the heads more round and actually face correctly. And I didn't like how it looked at first, but it was kind of needed. But the main reason I, like, started changing it was mostly just because of everybody who didn't like it. Like, I'd upload a video of a newly completed suit that I did, and the dislike to like ratio would be half, like 50% would be dislikes just from the start, and it would go on for like every time I uploaded a video at that point. And I got really sad about it, so I really didn't want to, you know, keep that up. I don't know, it was just making me really upset, so I tried to fix it from then. It wasn't like a super welcome change at first, but it was better. It just, it took me a little while to get used to it myself, and I'm still trying to adjust it. I think my eyes got too small. I miss the bigger eyes. I hate small eyes on suits or just any regular eyes. You know, I guess this is an exception, obviously, but yeah, I don't like regular eyes on suits. It just, they're too small, and I love big, cutesy eyes. But yeah, it was mostly just because I kind of got sad from seeing all the responses and everything. It was mainly when I made that one of my versions of FennéCat that had really large flat eyes. I love that suit so much, and it was very poorly received. She was ripped up shortly after that. So, yeah. And finally, the last question, Kfir. Or Sia, I don't know how to pronounce that. How do you feel about the outcome of your mascot fursuit? If you mean FennéCat, she's okay. Like, I'm fairly content with how she turned out. But I really do think some things could be better. The bodysuit isn't perfect. My weight that I wanted for the suit isn't perfect. I needed to lose a little more before I made her, but I didn't have time. And I want to change some stuff on the head, but I will have her for a while, at least till I make a new one. It's inevitable. I'm going to end up making another one. But I'm relatively content with how she is now. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you want me to make some sort of like a part 2 Q&A session, let me know, and I'll put up another post and you guys can just start sending in questions. It's not the most exciting thing to film, but I just really wanted to do one. So, my Instagram and Fur Affinity is in the description below, so if you want to follow me there, I post a lot more frequently on Instagram than anything else, like almost daily. So if you want to see like works in progress or suits before they're up on YouTube, I would suggest going there. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I hope you'll be back for my next video. Bye!